Will you be a TikTok singer or an actual singer? And I'm not here to talk about, because we could talk for hours about all the examples. You have your Ken Dumplings of the world, like they take a note that they're singing and they artificially extend it, like in the Cochise cover, that's super fake. They do lip syncing like it's done on TikTok now, which means they did countless of takes and then sat in front of the camera like this and pretended they were singing, even doing like
Say that misery loves company.
the breaths and the motions like you're running out of breath, like you're singing for real.
Okay, so
which is like acting, and so many more examples, to be honest. It is really annoying for me to listen to covers nowadays because they're always so fake. Doing it one take, like the covers I do, is not even that much of a high standard because you could technically do it like 1,000 takes. All that it is asked, in a sense, is that you do the song in one take, but then you can like do it. You could try again if you wanted. So I'm not here to toot my own horn, but in fact, I would think if you go in the route of being a fake like them, I think like would you be able to avoid, this is what I'm pondering, like this feeling of being an imposter? Like I've heard some of these coaches, they need to warm up for like an hour before they can sing. And imagine like you're ever asked to sing on the spot because everyone knows you're a singer or whatever. Are you a singer? Then you'll be like, okay, yeah, just give me like an hour, right? And then what? Can you actually do the song in one take? I'm not trying to get inside of your head, but I genuinely don't know how these people operate. I am what they call artistic, so for me it is way easier to do something real, not because I think I'm earning points of doing it in that way, just because it feels natural. And it feels absolutely insane to start acting in front of a camera. Like all my videos are improvised, I don't know what I'm gonna say, I'm just saying it, and I figure it out at the same time as you. So there's so many examples. Like I was even mentioning to someone that, to Samuel, you might know him, that Freddie Mercury even like did vocal overdubs, sometimes getting to points where it's absurd because he did the entire song again. And it's like you listen to the bootleg version, which is something that you can find if you're super insane about truth, in a sense. You want to know like what he really sounded like before all the fakery and the editing. You find an audience recording from the show, that's it. That's what I did. So then you hear it, and sometimes of course you understand why all the editing, because you hear voice cracks and stuff, but sometimes it's like it must have been someone else's decision because it sounded like, okay, there was no need to re-record Another One Bites the Dust entirely for some fucking reason, like not at all.
Open up your mind and let me step inside. Rest your weary.
But as a Freddie Mercury fan, I get a feeling, I mean, I might be blind here, that if you would have asked him, for sure, like he was very authentic, so he could have said like, oh yeah, we did that all over for some fucking reason. But the TikTokers, they are actively trying to deceive you. They put things on the captions of the TikTok that say, oh, I accidentally hit the high note today. Like, bro, I know you fucking did 20 takes for that shit, minimum. And it was like a whole 4-hour process. You didn't accidentally hit it. Like you were accidentally recording yourself also, and it was also spontaneous. This is annoying because it's fake, because it's acting, it's narcissism, it's weird. But I'm not here to judge them, even though it does annoy me, and I can't consume it. Like it just annoys me. I have to stop watching when I figure out it's so fake, because it's like, I guess it would be one thing if it was fake, but like you have to be lying to me on top of it. Like you're trying to get people that won't know that it's fake, right? And sort of like go, harvest their attention and their energy or whatever. I guess their attention, right? Validation, right? Oh my god, you did that accidentally, that's crazy, you're the best singer ever, like something like this. But deep down, you did 20 takes. So it's like, where do those compliments even go? Like, do you what do you get out of this? It's so stupid. It is not the true confidence that you build with real experience or whatever, that then you just take everywhere with you. And if you're asked to sing on the spot, then like you can do it. It's not like you have to stroke your ego or something. It's just like you have confidence that you are a singer and you can actually sing on the spot, like, or in one take. You might have a little like mistake, but it's not like you have to do 20 takes per vocal line. This is insane. and then they Frankenstein the full cover so much, it's like it loses all humanity. Like it's more like closer to an AI doing it at this point than an actual soul, which an actual soul, is allowed to have mistakes. It's not even mistakes, honestly. If you're giving a raw live performance and there's a little thing that you could fix with robots afterwards, honestly, I think you should leave it in probably because the real people that are like you will appreciate it, I think. I guess you can do the other things too, but I think I could be very upfront about it, right? Like put in the beginning of the video, so it doesn't come across as I'm trying to convince people that it was actually live when it wasn't, for example, or something like this. But I was thinking like the fact that it's one take, it's such a low bar, and still you see people like coping and justifying as to why they don't even do that, like suggesting it's really difficult. It's like it's not really difficult, and maybe you can't sing. What's really difficult maybe sometimes if I do a lot of takes is like I get OCD, and it's like, oh, this part was a little better and this part was a little better, but it just forces you to accept that you will never have like the perfect version unless you start doing all the studio trickery and doing 1,000 vocal takes. So for me, it's a good process of healing my like OCD, but remaining real, because like I said, the bar is real low because you could do a lot of takes, you know? If I post a cover that says like a Stone one take, you see that's like, oh, that's like cool, whatever, like he did a one take, but I could have done like technically 300 or something. I think I did 2. So in terms of how low the bar is, I think that bar of being able to do one take is like a full 0, you know? It's like nothing. It should be like the minimum, the very minimum. But no, like there's all this other shit below that. At minus 100, it would be like when you you do 20 takes, you record it like, you know, pretending it's live, and then you add pitch correction, and you say on top of it, you say like, I don't know. Just so annoying. I actually like don't want to like go into examples and analyzing examples because they'll just like piss me off. So I'm just like talking about it and hoping like whoever knows knows, you know. So I think the ego wants these fast results, maybe like, oh, I'm a singer, but like you are only a singer in the right conditions, with the right software, with the right everything. But then if they cut you off guard, which will be most of the times, you're not a singer. I don't think there's any like piano player which is like has this dissonance. It's like, yeah, I can only play fucking piano for TikTok. Like, you know, there's probably, you're gonna say like, oh, there's some tricks that you can do. Yeah, of course, but like it's not so dissonant. Like with singing, it's it feels insane. Like they have gone insane. And what worries me is like this internal split. I mean, maybe these people are so ignorant that they don't even think about these things. Good for them. Like, you know, they say ignorance is bliss or whatever, right? Not for me, but they do say that. For me, once you have the awareness that you're being such a fake and lying, I mean, can you have such a level of ignorance that you don't even know you're lying? I guess I was that way when I was a teenager, right? So I'm not trying to judge, but clearly when I was a teenager and I was doing this trickery in general, not with singing, I didn't feel like good inside. Like I depended on all the external other people's validations, basically believing my lies and stuff like that. So it's not a great thing to do for the soul. Obviously, learning M2 a technique that is like the opposite of dopamine, in a sense. You'll start seeing progress every day, but the dopamine addicts, they don't want progress every day. They want to be like a singer by tomorrow. They want me to say, do na 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 na, and you'll get mixed voice and you'll become like Justin Bieber or whoever is your dream singer. And it's sort of like the equivalent of TikTok singing, but in vocal coaching. It's like fucking do the chipmunk ne sound would be the equivalent of how they open a computer and have to do all this fucking trickery, in the sense that you think you're hacking your way into your goal, but in reality you're like a fraud. Not that I want to call you a fraud because I don't feel superior to these people, but you like, is it even possible for you not to feel as a fraud? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it must be suffering-y. You're like, you must be in deep pain. Like, I don't know. That was the thought for the video. I know it's like a high pressure society. Like, oh, like, but what if I have a voice crack live or whatever? So like they get like they do the lip syncing and stuff. First of all, based on what I've seen, don't lie about it. That's the first big mistake. But second of all, a lot of people like, I don't know, like they have your back, even if you sound kind of like shittier than what you expected. Because people tend to appreciate like real, you know? Yeah, especially if you're not a jerk. They'll be like, well, yeah, he did go a little flat, but at least he's being real while everyone else is doing this. You know, I think that could have happened. You might know who I'm thinking of. So, but I think he made a lot of good decisions there. So, like the ego got in the way. Clearly, it's like a fake ego. It never existed because the singer, the great singer that he pretended to be through all this artificial fakery, it never existed. Like maybe it convinced some people for a while. You see, but that was inside the minds of the people. It never actually existed in real life. That great singer who's like better than Steven Tyler or whatever he said, right? It's just all an illusion. So much rather be like worse but real, because that's real and you can experience that, right? Than this insane stuff. So obviously go to Chuck. I love you. Goodbye.